U.S. Treasuries took that.
Listen up, Rebels. Rebel Leader here. Today, I want to talk to you about the recent upswing in the market, a few updates, and also the big squeeze that we're about to see in GameStop this week. First, I want to shout out to anybody who held over the last 2 weeks when the market was severely down. I know it's the hardest thing in the world, but when the market is down that much like it was in the last 2 weeks, that was the time to buy. And if you couldn't buy stocks, you had to have held your shares. The worst thing, literally the worst thing you could have done is sold at the very lowest low like that, taken major losses, and then literally a week later, we're back to normal in this recent upswing. Experience, guys. Experience and time is the only way you'll learn and you'll be comfortable with doing these things. So if you weren't able to take advantage of this recent dip, that is okay. There are so many more dips to come in the future. And now I just want you to have the mentality that the stocks will always recover and come back. Some big gainers for me that I held and I even added more shares of was Revolve, ARKG, and NEO. Guys, I bought NEO back in the $55–$60 range when I thought that was a good price point for it. So when it dropped down to $40 a share about a week ago, I of course jumped on the chance to buy it at that price. Well, I will throw an update about Workhorse, ticker symbol WKHS, that they did not secure the USPS government contract. And of course, because of this, their shares fell down 50%. That's not to say that it's a bad company. That's not to say that there's no room for growth for this company. It's just a major setback. And it brings down the valuation substantially. If you buy in now at $16 a share, is there room for growth? Absolutely. It's still an electric vehicle. All the pros are still there of what it's trying to do. It just will not be making the USPS government contract. And so I think now is a good time. Just cut your losses, stay away from it for now, because there are simply better opportunities to put your money in. Now I want to talk about GameStop in particular and how I believe that there's a major short squeeze coming this week from March 15th to March 19th, and it will last at least 1 week, and it could go longer. We've already started to see it squeeze a little bit last week and see some major gains. Guys, 3 weeks ago, GameStop was sitting at $40 a share at the end of February. It is now back to $260 a share. You would have over 6x your money had you just bought the dip. Now there's some major catalysts coming up for GameStop that is going to cause the squeeze. For one, GameStop will probably acquire SLG, which is Super League Gaming. 2, GameStop is going to announce some major share callbacks in April and May. 3, the Spider S&P 500 retail ETF, XRT, is going to be rebalanced on March 19th, which will probably throw out GameStop out of the ETF. That would force the shorts to cover all the positions in XRT on that day. 4, the full Financial Services Committee is going to announce a virtual hearing and give their opinion on GameStop, short sellers, and social media on March 17th. 5, the option chains for GameStop get more massive by every week, meaning more and more options become in the money and cause little gamma squeezes almost every few days until one big one comes and the rocket takes off. And lastly, and this is only a theory, GameStop is going to announce Ryan Cohen to become the next CEO. And now you guys have to understand, GameStop is loving the position that they're in. This entire situation saved their dying industry. It gave them a lot of capital and a lot of money that they can use right now. The publicity on this is insane. Everybody now knows the name GameStop, and there's a whole army based on nostalgia of gamers and the general population who is going to support GameStop. So it makes sense that Ryan Cohen, the one who started this whole thing by joining the board as an activist, they're going to name him the CEO and ride the wave. Now for all you rebels out there, is now a good time to buy GameStop? Sure. But what I would actually rather you do is you buy put options right at the peak of the squeeze. That's gonna see this stock come back down to $100 a share. When GameStop goes down to $100 a share, I want you to exit your positions on your put options and buy call options that GameStop will go back to $300 a share. You should be buying short-term options here, but make sure they are at least 1 month long, because the volatility of this stock is how you can make money on both the upswing and the downswing. And that is the rebel mindset here. If you guys don't know what options are, you can purchase them the same way you purchase stocks on any app, Robinhood, Webull, or Ameritrade. And we buy put options if we think the stock's gonna go down and we buy call options if we think the stock's gonna go up. It can get a little more technical than that, but that's really all you need to know. And the best way to start learning and understanding is experience and jumping right in. And I'm telling you, let the squeeze of GameStop push this stock and then buy the put options at the height of the GameStop hype. Stay frosty, Rebels. Rebel Leader, over and out.